Hey there, foodies! Today, we're going to talk about a food that's loved by millions around the world, instant noodles. Whether you're a student on a tight budget or someone looking for a quick and easy meal, instant noodles are often the go-to option. But have you ever wondered about the impact they might have on your health? In this video, we'll be exploring the 8 devastating side effects of instant noodles that you need to know about. So grab a cup of noodles and settle in, because we're about to uncover the truth about this popular food. Number 1. High in sodium. I'm sure many of you have heard the saying salty as a sailor. Well, instant noodles might just be the reason for that. These little packets of noodles are packed with salt, sometimes containing up to 1,800 mg per serving. To put that into perspective, the American Heart Association recommends consuming no more than 2,300 mg of sodium per day, so you can see how just one serving of instant noodles can quickly push you over that limit. But what's the big deal with sodium, you might ask? Well, when we consume too much sodium, our bodies retain water to dilute it, leading to bloating, swelling, and potentially even high blood pressure. In the long term, a high sodium diet can increase your risk of heart disease, stroke, and other health problems. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you have to give up instant noodles altogether. I mean, who doesn't love a good late-night snack? But it's important to be aware of how much sodium you're consuming and to balance it out with other healthy foods throughout the day. One way to reduce the sodium content of your instant noodles is to opt for low-sodium varieties, or to make your own noodles from scratch. You can also try adding in some veggies, lean protein, or other healthy toppings to make it a more balanced meal. Don't forget to check out the link in the description below for even more helpful tips and resources. It's like getting extra seasoning on your instant noodles. It takes it to the next level. Number 2. Low in nutrients. You might be thinking, but I always get the chicken flavor, that's gotta count for something, right? Unfortunately, no. While instant noodles might be a tasty snack, they're seriously lacking in essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a bowl of instant noodles with a side of leafy greens or a colorful fruit salad? Probably never. And that's a problem because a diet that's lacking in nutrients can lead to all sorts of health problems, including poor immune function, fatigue, and even depression. But fear not, my fellow noodle lovers. There are ways to make your instant noodles a little more nutrient-dense. For starters, you could try adding in some veggies, like carrots, broccoli, or spinach. You can also crack an egg into the broth for some protein, or even toss in some canned tuna or chicken for a more substantial meal. Another option is to pair your instant noodles with some healthy snacks, like a piece of fruit or some nuts. And if you're really feeling ambitious, you can try making your own noodle bowls from scratch with wholesome ingredients like whole grains and fresh veggies. Number 3. Contain MSG monosodium glutamate, also known as sodium glutamate, is the sodium salt of glutamic acid. MSG is found naturally in some foods including tomatoes and cheese in this glutamic acid form. MSG is often added to instant noodles to enhance their flavor and make them more addictive. Because let's face it, once you start eating those noodles, it's hard to stop. But some people may have a sensitivity to MSG, which can cause symptoms like headaches, sweating, and even chest pain. Now, I don't want to scare you off instant noodles altogether. After all, we all have our guilty pleasures. But if you're concerned about MSG or just want to avoid it altogether, there are some options out there. Many brands now offer MSG-free instant noodles, or you can try making your own noodle bowls with fresh ingredients and natural flavorings. But if you're feeling brave and don't mind a little MSG in your life, there are ways to enjoy your instant noodles without going overboard. One tip is to add some acid to your broth, like a squeeze of lime or a dash of vinegar, which can help balance out the flavors and cut through the richness of the noodles. While MSG might not be as scary as some people think, it's still worth being aware of and taking steps to avoid it if it makes you uncomfortable. But if you're a die-hard noodle fan, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to make your instant noodles delicious and satisfying without any extra additives. Number 4. Increased risk of obesity. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I only eat them once in a while. It can't be that bad. Unfortunately, the truth is that even occasional consumption of instant noodles can have some negative effects on your waistline. One of the main culprits behind this increased risk of obesity is the high amount of refined carbs in instant noodles. When you eat refined carbs, like the ones in instant noodles, your body breaks them down quickly, causing a rapid spike in blood sugar levels. This, in turn, can lead to cravings and overeating, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. But don't worry, there are ways to enjoy your favorite snack without packing on the pounds. One option is to opt for whole grain noodles, which are less processed and contain more fiber and nutrients. You can also try adding some protein, like tofu or chicken, to your noodle bowl to make it more filling and satisfying. Another tip is to pay attention to portion sizes. It's easy to eat an entire packet of instant noodles without even realizing it, but that can quickly add up to hundreds of calories and grams of carbs. Try measuring out a single serving and pairing it with some veggies or a salad to make it a more balanced meal. And of course, it's always a good idea to balance your noodle intake with other healthy foods and regular exercise. After all, life is all about balance, and that includes indulging in your favorite guilty pleasures, like instant noodles, in moderation. If you are enjoying this video so far, don't forget to subscribe and give us a like. It really helps us a lot. Number 5. Linked to metabolic syndrome. Metabolic syndrome is a group of risk factors that increase your likelihood of developing heart disease, diabetes, and other health problems. These risk factors include high blood pressure, high blood sugar, excess body fat around the waist, and abnormal cholesterol levels. And unfortunately, studies have found that frequent consumption of instant noodles can increase your risk of developing metabolic syndrome. Now, before you start panicking and throwing away all your instant noodles, remember that moderation is key. Occasional consumption of instant noodles is unlikely to cause significant harm, but it's important to be mindful of your overall diet and lifestyle. If you're concerned about your risk of metabolic syndrome, focus on incorporating more whole foods into your diet, like fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins. Another tip is to be mindful of your sodium intake. Many instant noodles are high in sodium, which can increase your blood pressure and contribute to other health problems. Look for low sodium options, or try making your own noodle bowls with fresh ingredients and homemade broth. While they might be a quick and convenient snack, they can also have some negative effects on your health if consumed too often. But with a few mindful tweaks to your diet and lifestyle, you can still enjoy your noodles without compromising your health. Number 6. Contains harmful additives. One of the main culprits is something called tertiary butyl hydroquinone, or TBHQ for short. This additive is used to preserve the flavor and texture of the noodles, but it's also been linked to some scary health effects. Studies have found that high doses of TBHQ can cause nausea, vomiting, and even DNA damage in animals. But TBHQ isn't the only harmful additive in instant noodles. Many brands also contain monosodium glutamate, MSG, which can cause headaches, nausea, and other side effects in some people. And let's not forget about the high amount of sodium, which can contribute to high blood pressure and other health problems. So what can you do to avoid these harmful additives? One option is to look for organic or all-natural brands of instant noodles, which are less likely to contain these types of additives. You can also try making your own noodle bowls using fresh ingredients and homemade broth. And of course, it's always important to read labels and be aware of what you're putting into your body. While instant noodles might be a quick and easy snack, it's worth taking the time to make sure they're not doing more harm than good. Number 7. Digestive issues. Instant noodles are made from wheat flour, which can be difficult for some people to digest. Plus, they're loaded with preservatives and additives to keep them fresh on the shelf for what seems like an eternity. But wait, it gets better or worse, depending on how you look at it. When you cook instant noodles, they absorb a ton of water, which can cause them to expand in your stomach like a sponge. That's right, you're basically eating a stomach sponge. This can lead to some seriously uncomfortable digestive issues, like bloating, constipation, and even stomach cramps. And let's not forget about the high sodium content of instant noodles, which can also wreak havoc on your digestive system. So, what can you do to avoid these issues? Well, for starters, try not to make instant noodles your go-to meal. Opt for something a little more balanced, like a salad or a sandwich. And if you do indulge in some noodles, try to limit your intake and make sure to drink plenty of water to help flush out any excess sodium. Number 8. Linked to cancer. When you cook instant noodles, they release a chemical called bisphenol A, BPA, from the packaging into the noodles. BPA is a hormone disruptor that has been linked to cancer, among other health issues. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, for starters, try to limit your consumption of instant noodles. I know, they're delicious and convenient, but your health is worth it. And if you do indulge, try to cook them in a separate pot instead of in the packaging to minimize your exposure to BPA. In conclusion, while instant noodles may be a tasty and convenient option, they do come with some potential health risks, including an increased risk of cancer. So next time you're thinking about reaching for that instant noodle packet, remember that your health is worth more than a quick and easy meal. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more fun and informative videos. We've covered a lot of ground when it comes to instant noodles, from the high levels of sodium and MSG to the potential digestive issues and harmful additives. But don't worry, you don't have to give up your favorite noodle snack entirely. With a bit of awareness and some smart choices, you can still enjoy instant noodles as a quick and tasty snack. Before we go, I want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. And be sure to tune in to our next video, where we'll be talking about the surprising effects of microplastics on testosterone and the endocrine system. It's going to be a fascinating topic, so don't miss out. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy snacking.